Modernism is inherently structuralist. Modernism can be easily defined and understood. It embraces minimalism and incorporates traditional beliefs with modern ideas while also breaking away from classical structures. And when you ask a postmodernist artist, architect, or thinker to define postmodernism, they will have difficulty defining the term themselves. Postmodernism can then be defined as a break from the modernist style and thought. They look to embrace a new form of expressionism that was truly bound by nothing. Postmodernists saw problems within modernism and began to rethink the entirety of the Western value system. Postmodernist ideals can even be traced back to as early as the 60s with the rise of political movements, such as the feminist and Black Power movements, which challenged traditional beliefs in a more revolutionary and radical way. In short, postmodernism can be described as an umbrella term for all things that were being rethought and reworked at the time in reaction to modernism. Postmodernism is not about a single aesthetic and looks to break away from the idea that a movement must adhere to a single set of aesthetics or beliefs. Some would describe it as the Pandora's box of the art world. Philosophically, postmodernists rejected absolutes or total truths. A lot of them viewed truth as a social construct. One of the best examples I can think of to represent postmodernism is to show you how it relates to pre-modernism and modernism. A pre-modern home could be something like an extravagant Victorian home. Pre-modernism is mostly appraised for its opulence that upholds classical and traditional styles. A modern home is exactly how you would envision it. This home will demonstrate clear lines and mathematical shapes. The modernists believed in portraying things practically and authentically. For example, modern artists such as Picasso and Mondrian looked to capture their thoughts and ideas exactly how they perceive them or in a more simplistic manner. Lastly, a postmodern architect may look at both these premodern and modern homes and attempt to make a home that defies all odds. The postmodernists and their art can sometimes be difficult to define. Sometimes they made art just for the sake of creating art and to challenge what can be called art. The work is very original and was likely never seen or done before. The art of the postmodernists can also be very revolutionary and reactionary, as the movement in itself was a reaction against its precedent, modern art. A commonly cited example of postmodern art is the style known as Dada featuring Marcel Duchamp's fountain. This piece is quite literally just a urinal signed R. A lot of you may think this is not art, but that's exactly the point. It is to challenge what is to be considered art and what is not to be considered art. However, this piece was displayed in 1917, far beyond the postmodernist movement, making this piece very much ahead of its time. Another example of a postmodern piece of work is Joseph Kossov's 1 and 3 chairs made in 1965. This is a conceptual piece featuring a physical chair, a picture of a chair, and the type definition of a chair. This piece is seen as a commentary piece on how the idea is greater than the piece itself. Some more examples of postmodern art include installations, which can include a piece by Jenny Holzer, in which she created signs stating things like "Protect me from what I want." Lastly, some more mediums and styles used by postmodernists include figurative painting, lowbrow art, digital and intermedia art, telematic art, and neo-expressionism. A modern-day example of a postmodern art piece that you all likely recognize is Maurizio Catalan's Comedian. This piece features an actual banana that is taped to the wall using duct tape. Multiple bananas sold eventually for around $150,000. What does the banana represent? Nothing, really. That is because it is a postmodern piece. And if we remember what was previously discussed, we would understand exactly what is so bizarre and different about it. Today, we can still see some instances of postmodernism, but it seems to be losing its traction. When it comes to pre-modern, modern, and postmodern art, we can see them in the modern day. Numerous artists take from all three genres. As the art world continues to change in the near future, it is almost impossible to identify, just what will come next. That is, unless you're the one setting the trends.